Hello. The 2004 United States 1-cent penny, often called a Lincoln Memorial cent, is a common coin with a face value of 1 cent. 100 th of a US dollar. Here's a look at its history and key features. The 2004 penny belongs to the Lincoln cent series, which began in 1909 to commemorate the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln. It was the first time a real person was featured on a regularly circulating US coin. Obverse heads features a portrait of Abraham Lincoln designed by Victor David Brenner. This design has remained largely consistent since 1909, making it the longest-running design on any US circulating coin. Brenner's initials VDB are subtly placed on Lincoln's shoulder. Reverse tails from 1959 to 2008. The reverse of the Lincoln cent featured the Lincoln Memorial in Washington, D.C., designed by Frank Gasparo. The 2004 penny has this Lincoln Memorial reverse in 1982. Due to rising copper prices, the composition of the penny was changed from a bronze alloy 95% copper 5% tin and zinc to copper-plated zinc 97.5% zinc 2.5% copper. The 2004 penny is made of this copper-plated zinc. In 2004, Lincoln Memorial pennies were minted at 3 U.S. mint facilities in Philadelphia. No mint mark 3,379 600,000 coins. Denver D mint mark 3,456,400,000 coins. San Francisco S mint mark 2,965,522 coins. These were proof coins for collectors and not released into general circulation. Design details of the 2004 penny: portrait of Abraham Lincoln facing right, inscription "In God We Trust" above Lincoln, word liberty. To the left of Lincoln, date 2004. To the right and slightly below Lincoln mint mark, if any, below the date, designers initials VDB on Lincoln's shoulder. Image of the Lincoln Memorial. A small figure of Lincoln is visible within the memorial. Inscription: United States of America. Along the top rim, motto E pluribus unum above the memorial in 2 lines. Denomination 1 cent along the bottom rim. Designer's initials FG for Frank Gasparo to the right of the memorial steps. Copper-plated zinc 97.5% Zn 2.5% Cu weight. 2.5 grams diameter. 19.05 millimeters. Edge plane. The 2004 penny has a face value of 1 cent. In circulated condition, the 2004 penny is generally worth only its face value. Billions were minted, making them very common. Uncirculated examples in pristine condition might have a small premium over face value for collectors, but generally not significant unless they are graded very high, e.g. MS67 or higher. The 2004 S-proof pennies from the San Francisco mint are worth more to collectors, especially those with deep cameo DCAM or ultra cameo UCAM finishes, which have a strong contrast between frosted devices and mirrored fields. Like any coin, 2004 pennies with minting errors, e.g. off-center strikes, double dies, broad strikes, can be significantly more valuable to collectors. In summary, the 2004 1-cent penny is a common circulating coin that features the familiar Lincoln Memorial design, while most circulated examples are worth only 1 cent. Uncirculated coins and proof versions, especially those with errors or high grades, can have a higher value for numismatists and the 1-cent penny. A comprehensive history of the 2004 United States mint coin. The American 1-cent coin, popularly known as the penny, has a rich and storied history that reflects the economic, social, and cultural evolution of the United States. The year 2004 marks a significant chapter in the penny's timeline, primarily due to the introduction of the state quarters program that had begun in 1999. The continued use of the Lincoln penny and changes in the composition and design of the coin. In this essay, we will explore the history of the 1-cent coin with a particular focus on the developments surrounding the penny in 2004, its design changes and its implications on American currency and culture. The history of the 1-cent coin begins in the early years of the American Republic. The Coinage Act of 1792 established a national mint and created the first coins, including the copper cent. The penny was originally minted from pure copper, which was a significant departure from the Spanish and other foreign coins that were commonly used in early America. It featured designs that often commemorated important figures or symbols of the nation. The penny's design has undergone numerous changes since its inception. The first official 1-cent coin was the flowing hair design created by engraver Robert Scott. Over the years, the penny has featured various designs including the Liberty Cap, the Indian head, and the Lincoln cent, each marking an era in American history. The Lincoln penny, introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth, features a profile of the 16th president on the obverse and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. The Lincoln cent quickly became beloved by Americans, and it has remained largely unchanged in its basic design for over a century. In 2004, the Lincoln penny continued to be minted. However, it was also the year that celebrated the bicentennial of Lincoln's birth. To commemorate this significant anniversary, the United States Mint released a series of 4 new reverse designs for the penny, each representing a different aspect of Lincoln's life. The 2004 series, Bicentennial of Lincoln's Birth. The 2004 Lincoln penny series included 4 different reverse designs, each emblematic of a key period in Lincoln's life and his contributions to the nation. This series not only celebrated Lincoln's legacy but also aimed to educate the public about his life and impact on American society. The birthplace design. The first design pays homage to Lincoln's humble beginnings in a one-room log cabin in Hardin County, Kentucky. This reverse features an image of a log cabin, symbolizing Lincoln's early life and the values of hard work and perseverance that he embodied. The formative years design. The second design reflects Lincoln's adolescent years in Indiana, highlighting his commitment to education and self-improvement. This design depicts a young Lincoln reading a book, surrounded by a setting that represents his formative years in the rustic American landscape. The professional life design. The third design captures Lincoln as a young lawyer, showcasing his rise to prominence in the legal field. It features an image of Lincoln standing before the Illinois state capitol, representing his growth as a public figure and his dedication to justice. The presidency design. The final design in the series emphasizes Lincoln's role as president during the Civil War and his commitment to preserving the Union. This design features a depiction of Lincoln addressing the nation, symbolizing his leadership during one of the most tumultuous times in American history. These designs are significant because they not only honor Lincoln's legacy but also connect the public with the broader narrative of American history. The limited edition coins serve to educate younger generations about the importance of the past and the values that Lincoln stood for. The early Lincoln pennies were made entirely of copper, but during World War II the composition changed to conserve metal. For the war effort in 1982, the mint transitioned from pure copper to a copper-zinc alloy comprising 97.5% zinc and 2.5% copper. This change continued to be in place in 2004, making the penny lighter and less expensive to produce. The rising costs of metal and the economic considerations surrounding coin production prompted ongoing debates about the penny's viability. Some argued for eliminating the penny altogether due to its diminishing purchasing power, while others believed it held too much cultural significance to be phased out. The U.S. Mint continued to produce billions of pennies each year. In 2004, approximately 3 billion pennies were produced, reflecting the ongoing demand for low-denomination coins in everyday transactions. Despite its low monetary value, the penny holds a significant place in American culture and society. It symbolizes thrift and the idea that even the smallest contributions matter. Many sayings, such as "a penny saved is a penny earned," highlight the penny's role in promoting frugality and financial responsibility. The penny has also been the subject of various charitable initiatives. Numerous campaigns encourage individuals to donate spare pennies to causes ranging from education to poverty alleviation. Such efforts showcase the penny's potential to contribute positively even in small amounts. In addition to its economic and charitable implications, the penny also evokes nostalgia for many Americans. The designs of the penny over generations have often been tied to personal memories and experiences. The Lincoln penny in particular conjures images of childhood savings jars, school field trips to the Lincoln Memorial, and lessons on the significance of leadership and integrity. Despite its cultural significance, the penny faces challenges in the modern economy. The increasing cost of production coupled with inflation has led to a decline in the penny's purchasing power. As a result, its necessity in everyday transactions has come into question. Many retailers and consumers often find themselves rounding prices to the nearest nickel, leading to discussions about the penny's future within the currency system. In recent years, proposals have surfaced regarding the potential elimination of the penny from circulation. Advocates for this change argue that discontinuing the penny could streamline transactions and reduce costs for the US Mint. However, opposition remains strong among those who view the penny as an integral part of American heritage and identity. The 1-cent penny, particularly in its 2004 iteration, reflects both the rich history of the United States and the complex relationship Americans have with their currency. Through the special designs commemorating Lincoln's bicentennial, the ongoing debates about its relevance and its presence in the everyday lives of citizens, the penny continues to be a symbol of both heritage and evolving economic dynamics. As we look toward the future, it remains to be seen whether the penny will endure as a staple of American currency or whether its time will ultimately come to a close. Regardless of its fate, the 1-cent penny will forever remain a piece of the American story. And join me as I dig into this 2004 1-cent penny to see if it's actually worth something. Can I find a hidden treasure in my pocket change? This 2004 1-cent penny might seem like a common coin that's easily overlooked as a collectible, but it's definitely worth taking a closer look at. The misconception that all pennies are valueless is pretty widespread, and it's easy to see why. After all, pennies are everywhere and they are not exactly rare. However, certain factors can make a penny stand out from the crowd and give it some real value. The condition of the penny is a big one. If it's in great shape, that's going to be a major plus. The rarity of the penny is another key factor. If it's a common date, it's probably not going to be worth much, but if it's a rare date or has some unique features, that's a different story. The demand for the penny is also important. If collectors are looking for it, that's going to drive up the price. And finally, any errors or variations on the penny can make it really valuable. We'll get into that later. Pennies are made to be used, not to be collected, so most people don't think twice about them. But for collectors, pennies can be a real treasure trove. There are so many different types and variations out there, and each one has its own unique characteristics. The minting process for pennies is pretty standardized, but that doesn't mean there aren't any variations. Different mints produce different pennies, and even the same mint can produce pennies with different characteristics. The 2004 penny is a pretty straightforward coin. It was minted in Philadelphia and Denver, and it features the familiar Lincoln design. But even with a common design like this, there are still some unique features to look out for. The quality of the strike, the condition of the coin, and any potential errors or variations. Compared to other years and types of pennies, the 2004 penny is pretty run-of-the-mill. It's not particularly rare, and it doesn't have any unique features that would make it stand out, but that doesn't mean it's not worth looking at. Every penny has its own story to tell, and even a common coin like this can have some surprises in store. The minting process for the 2004 penny was the same as for other pennies of the time. It was made from a copper-plated zinc composition, and it features the standard Lincoln design. But even with a standardized process like this, mistakes can still happen, and when they do, they can create some really valuable coins. Some 2004 pennies have been found with errors like misprinted dates or misaligned dies, and these errors can make the coins really valuable. Certain 2004 pennies can be worth more than a cent. It all depends on the condition and any unique features it might have. Famous errors or variations like the misprinted date or the double-struck penny can make a coin really valuable. We're talking hundreds or even thousands of dollars. These errors are extremely rare, but they are out there, and if you're lucky enough to find one, you could be in for a real treat. The key is to know what to look for. If you don't know what makes a penny valuable, you could be throwing away a fortune. The 2004 penny might seem like a common coin, but it's definitely worth taking a closer look at. You never know what hidden treasures you might find. To sum it up, the 2004 penny's potential value lies in its condition, rarity, demand, and any unique features or errors it might have. If you've got a 2004 penny lying Around, take a closer look, you never know what you might find. Share your own penny finds in the comments below. And be sure to check out my next video for some expert tips on coin collecting.